I was in a cafe with public Wi-Fi. I scanned the network and found this device with remote desktop protocol exposed, which means with Hydra I can brute force the credentials, and with xfreerdp get full remote control of their machine. So from scanning a public network to finding the vulnerabilities and then exploiting them, by the end of this video you're gonna know all of it. But before we begin, as always, this is simply for educational purposes only and should never be done to harm anyone. Let's begin. Now in Kali Linux we go on top left and open our terminal, and I'll make it a bit bigger so it's easier to see. And before I do anything here, first let's imagine like I'm in a public space, somewhere like a cafe that has public internet. In that case, the first thing we need to do is type IPA to see our IP, which we need to extract the net ID from so we can scan all devices on the network. In here we see three network interfaces. Number one, hello, loopback. The machine uses this to talk to itself. Number two, eth0, this is my actual network card. And then number three, docker 0, this is the Docker virtual interface. In my network card right here we can see the state is up right now, which is being used, it's on. And below it, in the iNet, we can see our IP, 192.168.56.104/24. And you might be asking, how do we get the NIT ID from this? Since you know basic IP addressing, I'm going to show you guys. So here is our IP and then /24. This is our prefix. It tells us that the network ID has 24 bits. And since we know an IPv4 has 32 bits altogether, we can subtract 32 minus 24, we get 8. 8 bits left are for the hosts. And we can rewrite our prefix directly into our subnet mask, which we need is 2025.2025.2025.0. And then we can add our IP and the subnet mask using the AND operator. With basic subnetting, we get our network ID, 192.168.56.0. And I just explained it super simply. If you want me to go deeper into subnetting and IP addressing, comment down below. I'll gladly do it, but that's a whole nother video. In our terminal, let's just clear this up so it's clear and nice. And to scan the network, we're going to be using nmap, short for network mapper, and for anyone who doesn't know, is a tool used for network discovery. It literally just sends a raw IP packets to the target and then analyzes the response. And let's do a ping only scan, so we see all the hosts that are up in the network. To do that, we type nmap, followed up by -sn, and then followed up by the network ID we just got. We hit enter. After it's done scanning, right here we see nmap done. It scanned 256 IP addresses and it found that 4 hosts are up right now. A host with a .1, .100, .103 and .104 at the end. The .104 is us, obviously. And right here we have no information. We just know they're up. We just know they're connected to the network. That might be their phone, their laptop, who knows. To get more information, we remove the SN. That scans all the ports as well. So we clear this up and then we type nmap and then followed up by the IP. We don't type anything. Then we hit enter. This scans all the ports as well. After it's done scanning, right here we can see it gave us a bunch of information. Let's go through it. First, the machine that with a .1 IP at the end, it scanned top 1000 ports on that machine and it found it got no response back. All ports are closed. Same with the .100, it scanned top 1000 ports and it got no response. All 1000 ports are closed. Now for the IP with a .103 at the end, it scanned 1000 top 1000 ports and it got no response from 999 of them. 999 of them are closed, but one. Port 3389 is open. This is a gold mine for a hacker. Service MSWBT server. Despite what it says, this is RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol. It's a built-in Windows feature that lets someone remotely control their machine like they're sitting in front of it. IT admins use this all the time to remotely manage their computers. But if you see this port open on a public MAC network, it means it's reachable from anyone on the same Wi-Fi, which is a serious risk. Now we open a new terminal by pressing Ctrl+Shift+T and we make this bigger because we're going to need it. And since we know port 3389 is open, RDP, now we can attempt a massive brute force attack using Hydra. For anyone who doesn't know, Hydra is a password cracking tool that automatically tries thousands of username and password combinations. In our case, we just give it an IP, we tell it we're targeting RDP on port 3389, we give it a word list and it hammers it with combinations until it finds one. Let's try it. And let's type ls to list of files, and I already have a username list.txt and a password list.txt. I already created them, so it's more easier for me, but I'm going to show you guys right here. I'm going to show the first 5 lines for the username list.txt. Right here, Billy John Windows user hacker, and also can show the first 5 lines of password list.txt right here. You can use different word lists, there's thousands online, or you can use the one that comes pre-installed in Kali Linux, the famous rockq.txt, and I can show it right here. Had 5, and it's located in user share word list rockq.txt, and right here it contains around 14 million passwords, a huge combination of passwords. So I'm going to paste in the command. I already wrote it so it's easier for me to explain to you guys. And first we specify the tool name, Hydra of course. Then we tell Hydra -t2, 2 threads. We don't want more threads since RDP is kind of sensitive. It's going to block us if we do more threads. We're going to keep it low at 2. Then we tell Hydra -v. -v is for verbose, so every attempt it tries, anything it gets, it's going to print it, it's going to tell it to us. Then we tell Hydra -f. So we're telling Hydra, as soon as it finds the right combination, it stops, it doesn't try more combinations. Then we type -l for login, we type uppercase L for a list of usernames. If we knew the username, we would type -lowercase l, then followed up by one username. Since we have a list, we type username.list.txt. Same with password, -uppercase P for password list. And we tell Hydra we want to attack RDP at this IP right here. And now all we have to do is press enter, and Hydra is going to start the attack. After Hydra is done with the attack, right here we can see it. The first attempt, it tried the first username from the username list with every password from the password list. It didn't find anything, then it went to the next username, whoamitang, and it tried every password there, and it found one successful match. The host, the login, the username was whoamitang, and the password, Kali. Attack finished, and it found one of one target successfully. It found one successful match, and we can check if that's correct by opening a new tab, making it a bit bigger, and then to log in RDP, we're going to be using a tool called xfreerdp. Then we tell xfreerdp the username /u followed by whoamitang, the username Hydra just got, then /p for password, password was Kali, and then /v for the IP of the target, and then we're going to paste it in. Right here we have it, and all we have to do is hit enter now, and we can check if it's correct. Enter. And right here, we have full remote control of the victim's machine. I'm gonna go to my Windows virtual machine, and right here we can see we got logged out because we logged in from the RDP. I'm gonna go back in, and we have full remote control. We can do anything. I'm gonna open this file, for example, right here, yo.txt, subscribe. You should do it as well. And since you made it this far into the video, I'm guessing you want to learn ethical hacking. I just launched a completely free hacking platform on my Discord. With one command, you'll get your own server ready to hack. Join the Discord and see you there.